Hey, can you hear me?
Dude, nice intro video, man. I can hear you.
Wonderful. For anyone tuning in with us, he couldn't hear me, and it's been a real nightmare.
Yeah, we had a good 15-minute kind of round table there trying to figure out what in the world was happening.
Yeah, we will figure it out for next time. But for today, we're just gonna make it work. So,
well, man, tell me about your week. Is this your first kind of Inktober that you've participated in?
I think it's my first Inktober. It's not my first art challenge, so I'm kind of used to the nightmarish schedule of art challenges. Like I've done the 24-hour comic book day twice, failed once, and completed it the second time. And I know you do this all the time, though, right? What do you do this like 8 times a year?
It feels like it. No, I mean, my two main ones, of course, are the Wicked Inktober, where I kind of do the villains and spooky characters, monsters, whatnot. And then the other one I do is Disney in December, and that one's a little bit shorter. But those are my two main ones. I've kind of done a few scattered from time to time. I think I did like a Batman one time. I mean, it only lasted like a week before I was just like, I'm too busy, and called it quits. But
that's brave of you.
That's always,
I just let myself be miserable the whole time.
Well, it was just, and I hate to, kind of blame it on this and whatnot, but it didn't pick up popularity wise either. No one was really excited about it. But it was also one that I just kind of sprung up. I think one day I woke up and was like, I'm going to do it all this month. And I didn't really kind of let it build. Yeah. And then it was just like, I felt it for like 24 hours and then I was like, I'm done.
I hear that.
So, but yeah, man, I've got my little stack right here. It's not too much right now, but it's getting there.
Yeah, I got a stack here too. Some of which I can show and some of which I can't. So I've also got some stuff that I was just working on my own beforehand. So do you work your commissions into Inktober or are they separate?
No. I mean, I completely close off like all commissions during Inktober.
Yeah.
It's too difficult juggling both. I try to get as much, if I have any on my plate, I try to get as much done as I can, before. But I don't take on any others.
That's smart. It's too much. And I tried to put my commissions into what I was doing for this. And I kind of feel a little crunch with those because with my commissions, I typically spend hours.
Yeah.
And with these, I don't have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it work though. What's your favorite thing you've done so far?
I would say probably my Frankenstein.
Yeah. That was
out of the ones that I can show. That have been revealed so far. I think the Frankenstein probably is. I actually did that one in an airport, and so that's always an interesting experience trying to get a sketch done while your plane's delayed and waiting.
Yeah.
But that was. But that one that one just flowed. I mean, there was no struggle with it. The sketch didn't fight me. It just kind of rolled right onto the paper. So that's always fun when that happens.
I apologize to anyone who sees me a little bit distracted. I am loading my Instagram stream key in now, so it'll go live on Instagram too, and then I'm able to give it my full attention here. Boom. I think I should have spent a little more time getting this ready beforehand this time instead of that crunch. Because I've done this so many times, I thought it would be fine, but
yeah, well, we gotta. And for those wondering, I think we're planning on doing this every Sunday. until we get to the end of it. So we'll have a few more to kind of get all these kinks worked out.
Yeah, and then if it goes well, then we can maybe do some on an ongoing basis. I don't know. So I did that quiz show with Haven Comics.
Yeah.
For almost 2 years every week, and I think if we make it a thing that we have to do instead of get to do, then it kind of loses the joy. But I think if we do it in a way that is fun, then I'd be happy to do it kind of long term.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but well, man, have you watched any more scary movies or anything during this time?
I'm not really a scary movie guy. I tried to watch Salem's Lot.
Yeah,
I was bored. What about you?
We actually started Salem's Lot. That's like one of my favorite Stephen King books.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some child violence in it.
Yeah.
And we kind of got to that section, and my wife was like, "I'm out. I'm done." Yeah. And so I haven't finished it, but me and my son watched Aliens Friday night.
Like the classic Aliens.
Alien, not Aliens, Alien, the first one.
Yeah.
And so that was fun. He really enjoyed it. He kind of cracked up at the computers. That's in the 80s, you had all these advanced space computers that are just, clunks of junk compared to what we have now, but yet we're not in space. that dated sci-fi technology. And, but he thoroughly enjoyed it. He's wanting to watch the next one. And
that's great.
That's a little bit more of an action movie than horror movie, kind of in my opinion, but
Alien is one of the best movies of all time. It's definitely 100% horror, but like it's got that kind of I don't know. It's got just tension all the way through. I love it. Hey, you mentioned earlier that there are some you can't show. Are you willing to admit that you do work ahead a little bit?
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh yeah. That's one of the questions that I get, I guess, like a lot from people is on how I handle it. Now, in the past, I was adamant, that no, I have to do it the day of, and I'm not going to get ahead, and I'm just, that's the challenge. And but after a couple times of that, I kind of went, I'm gonna start doing this. Start a little bit earlier, get a little bit ahead, because it just helps, because you just never know, what's going to happen. And, you get sick, kid gets sick, work, whatever, some nights or just, it just doesn't work out. And that whole staying up till 3 a.m. trying to get a sketch done just isn't in the cards for me anymore. I just don't have the energy.
And some days you just really feel like drawing Leonardo. Maybe it's not on the list yet, but
yeah, dude.
What's your favorite?
That's what I saw
someone Frankenstein, right? What makes it your favorite?
Well, yeah, Frankenstein so far. Well, like I said, man, it just kind of all came together quickly and easily. I've always loved Frankenstein anyway. He's just a fun character, and I don't know, just composition wise, and just kind of, it was just a fun one. Some of the sketches I look back on, and
you were mentioning.
Well, no, it wasn't vacation.
It was work.
It was a work trip, which my wife came with me, so she went on vacation while I worked.
Maybe that's why I thought it was vacation.
But
but you were gone, and you were out of your out of your zone, and you're out of your routine, and you were still working on these things. How do you find that impacts these challenges for you?
Well, I mean, it just kind of worked out. I mean, honestly, because we had a lot of delays because of the hurricane, with the airports, and so I always usually bring like my iPad or something just to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
That's how I distract myself when I get stressed, or when I need a little relief is through drawing.
Mm-hmm.
so bring the sketch pad with me, and one of my smaller ones, and all these Inktober sketches are like on a 5.5 by 8.5, so it's it doesn't take too much room to take with me. And when you're just sitting, at the airport waiting, I'm not going to work on it on the airplane because you just never know what who might spill their free Coke on it or whatnot. But if I'm just sitting waiting for my plane, keeps me busy.
That is smart. I made a mistake this year, and these are these are huge. Mine are huge.
Yeah, man.
I should not have done that.
No.
And I'm proud of this, but it
looks awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me I gotta pull up I keep talking about Frankenstein. I never really showed it. I think my light's there we go. But these are a little bit smaller sketches. But here you go. But
I managed to set up on my computer. So I'm doing everything from my phone, but I set up on my computer too.
Gotcha.
So I can cycle through all these things, add that background.
But yeah, just the smaller one, I feel like I can do a little bit more because I am under time constraints. I'm slower. I'm a slower artist anyway.
Are you?
And at times,
you produce 3 things a day.
Do I now?
You produce 3 things a day.
Well, if I'm not working, I can get them done pretty fast. What was that?
I added some music in the background.
Oh, okay.
I'm off my
game. There was no warning.
That technical difficulty right off the bat.
Yeah. I thought I unlocked some treasure or something. It's achievement earned.
When I did that show for Haven, I got really good at producing.
Yeah.
That was really fun for me, and making the videos. I don't know if anybody saw what we had at the beginning here, but that kind of stuff I really enjoy.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely.
So spilling your Coke on an artist's work is bad.
I wouldn't recommend it. That's a good way of. I was going to share your stream onto my Instagram, but it doesn't look like I've got a way to do it. Won't let me do it. Oh well.
Oh, to just share it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Leave your stuff set to private. Friends only.
It shouldn't be. This has been a weird little experience setting this up on Instagram specifically, because they need a stream key and they need all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah. That's why I did Facebook. I think I've got to go into my Facebook and to my YouTube. And I went back and forth on my Instagram. But dude, Instagram has just been awful for me lately.
Yeah.
Just so we talked about that. It's been bad.
Well, let's just treat it like it's you and me having a conversation then, because that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But yeah, back to the drawing and stuff, man. I don't even remember what question you asked me before I got distracted. And
it's bad to spill drinks on an artist. That was it.
Well, that's kind of the one negative effect of being at an airport while working is the person who's next thing you know their feet's up near you.
Yeah. Or
you get the turbulence, or so once when I'm in the plane, the sketching stops. But yeah, man, if I'm just sitting in a Dallas airport or whatever, you better believe, man, I'm whipping out the sketch pad.
I drew Carnage on a plane one time, and it was one of my favorite drawings I've ever drawn ever. But that was at this point probably 6 years ago. I don't make a habit of it.
Yeah. My dream though is one day I'm sketching in the airport, and then just Jim Lee comes walking by, and he's just like, "Hey, you're drawing. Let me see." But hey, it hasn't happened yet.
Well, what is your favorite thing you're looking forward to on the challenge coming up?
I can't remember what all I've got. Isn't that the sad part? Let's see.
I cheated a little bit, and a couple of mine are like multiple days. You know, on one day, I'll draw one part, like a whole drawing, but it's one part of a larger thing. Are you doing anything like that, or all of your pieces?
No, they're all
you do the dibs.
One set piece. Yeah. Could I do the dibs? I've got a couple left that haven't been dibbed on. The Giovanni sketch that I did this week, that one wasn't dibbed, but then someone grabbed it that night. I saw it. Yeah.
Because it's cool.
Well, that one I cheated on too. You know, threw Giant Mewtwo in there, so it's kind of hard, you know, for any Pokemon fan to, you know, not go with that one. I think the only ones else I've got left is, I think, Candyman. I don't think Candyman has one, and he might be it.
I gotta admit, I've never seen that movie. I don't even know what that's about.
I haven't either. He's the one that he made the list, and then he got taken off, and then I put him back, and then I took him off again, and because I was trying to do more like horror movie related things this time, because that was kind of, you know, last year I did all Disney villains, and that was kind of the big complaint that I got was that, you know, where's all the slashers? We missed the blood, guts, and gore of your old ones. So
what I'm trying to do, Candyman just looks like a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
You got any? Can you give any hints of what you're going to do with it?
Dude, I have no idea. Like that's the really fun part. Or I don't have plans for any of these.
Oh, cool.
Like I literally just like get down on my sketch pad, and then I just start.
Yeah.
And I usually, a few of them I have like a concept of a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't have like a full detailed idea of what I'm doing.
I should have shown this when you were talking about Giovanni.
Yeah, yes.
Did you mention any of the other ones? Did you mention Godzilla?
I did Godzilla. That one was fun. I did Pennywise.
You showed this one off today, right?
Yeah, that was today. That was today. You know, that was kind of what I'm trying to do with some of those. My favorite movie scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are my favorite scenes. So, like, you know, I was always a scene that just stuck out in my head. You know, when I think about that movie, you know, is that hand coming up from the bathtub, and it just kind of, as a, you know, that was one of the first horror movies that just really freaked me out.
I think we talked about that before. Is that you know, in horror, the tension makes the project really good, right? Like unsettling tension, and so that particular scene, the idea of not knowing what's in the water, that's really terrifying. That terrifies me in the ocean. So I can see where this image could stick with you. So that was a good choice.
Like I said, it's kind of the more iconic scenes for me. So I said, hey, let's go with that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, with Pennywise, him in the sewer. I mean, you can't ever forget that. You know, that really, you know, that Georgie scene just sets the tone. You know, for the rest of the movie or the rest of the book, whatever you want to do. And so that's one of the problems I'm having with Candyman. I need to watch it so I can figure out what scene I'm gonna do.
Yeah. That's smart. Watch it and then just whatever sticks out at you.
Yeah. What you drinking?
I actually brought it to show you.
Oh, nice.
Writer's Tears. It is bourbon, and it's actually really smooth. So if we ever finish our comic project, I'll get you a bottle of that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I have was trying to decide whether to get myself a drink or I just ended up going with, you know, water.
Healthy, refreshing.
Well, no, so I'm on medication that makes me really sleepy. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
You know, that whenever I drink alcohol, I'll get really, really sleepy. And you know, and as this would have gone on the stream, I would have just probably Just kind of slowly.
It'll just be me talking while you're asleep.
Yeah. And I had a beer for dinner. I had a beer for dinner tonight, so that was the other aspect of it. And I actually got in trouble at the dinner for, getting a little bit just kind of, zoned out from it. So
I'm constantly in that zone where it's like my ADD puts me. I'm either not there 100% or I'm hyper focused. So
yeah.
Nobody likes either of those, I found.
Yeah. Do you do that where you get so hyper focused that just everything else just doesn't exist?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, and, it's I get in trouble for that.
It makes me really productive, but at the same time, it makes me like kind of borderline, like not even human. I'm just like in a space doing my thing, and then people are talking to me or whatever, and it's like all going out. Yeah.
I mean, like even like I can read a book.
Yeah.
Like while chaos is going on around me, and I'm just nothing else. It's all out.
If you polled 1,000 artists, I bet that would be a really common trait.
Oh yeah.
The high 75 plus trait.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Well, we talked a lot about my stuff, man. Let's show some more of yours. Talk about the days you had and the sketches you did, and let's see them.
Well, I think I showed off some of my favorites already. This one, The Witch. I love that one.
Yeah, that one turned out really nice.
I should have put mine in the layout thing too. And some of them were simple. Like I drew Sonic for my daughter.
Yeah.
And I might color that one, but Man Thing. This is the one I had the best reaction to.
Yeah, we always do a good Man Thing.
I'm starting here to go smaller, like you were talking about. And I've drawn Man Thing so many times, and this is maybe my least favorite Man Thing that I've ever landed on. But that's like the 6th time I tried to draw him in this round, and I was just like, I'm done. I gotta quit. And then, I mentioned before that I was doing pieces of, and like I was trying to do multiple prints.
Yeah.
Right? So for that one, I was going to do Man Thing, and then I was going to do the Everglades, and I was going to do a woman like reacting to Man Thing. But then I drew it so many times, I was like, I'm done. And then so for Everglade, I just drew an alligator.
Yeah, I like the alligator a lot. It'd be a nice sticker.
Probably, yeah. Might do that. And then you saw the damsel one I did. I'm not gonna put that on your stream. So
it was a little not safe for work.
But I just got to a point where I was like, well, what am I gonna do with this? And I drew what I wanted to draw, which was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's always kind of the fun thing about this, man. Is it takes you out of your comfort zone a little bit because it's not always your familiar characters. Allows you to explore, a few characters that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But then you're in the crunch, so it challenges you as an artist. And it kind of gives you that moment of like, I have to move on. It is what it is. And what I found is that even though may not be completely happy with the piece, a lot of times that person who dibbed on it is thrilled.
Yeah.
Because they're not picking it apart like you are.
Yeah.
And so it helps with that. I got that move on. That's something that I've had other, professional artists tell me is that, when you're in that time crunch, time is money. Yeah. And you just, when you've got a deadline, you just got to get it done. Yeah. And like, if you're not completely happy with the layout, too bad. You're done,
and, I agree with that. I understand that. So it is, John Romita Jr. says it's a money game, and I don't think that art is a money game, but it is. Like, your time matters.
Yeah. And but it doesn't help when your daughter tells you your piece that you did deserves to be in the trash. So happened today. I won't say what sketch it was, but
yeah, brutal.
What are you gonna? That's fine. I cried.
That's part of their charm, is they're honest.
Yeah.
So if she likes something, she really likes it.
Yeah, I think she just likes to crush me, you know. So she also told me I looked really bad in a jacket that I bought. So, you know, just, it was like right after. It was just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So
you gotta grow some thick skin for that.
No, man. I don't know many artists that have a thick skin.
No, I don't even. I don't.
We're all constantly looking for that approval.
Yeah.
But so what all do you have coming up this week?
So I made my, let me find it. I made my list on my own because I got the official Inktober list, and it just felt really repetitive to me. You know, like journey, adventure. I don't have it in front of me. I think I can get it, but what's the point? This week I'm doing Shutterbug, Lugubrious, Garrulous, Bride, Groom, Laboratory, Bastion, and Eternal. And I'll tell you guys on the show that is Spider-Man, sad. I think I might do BoJack Horseman, but I was gonna do like a Skull. Deadpool, Frankenstein, Frankenstein's Bride, and then a background because that's gonna be a print. And then I was gonna draw Dracula's Castle and Dracula. I just picked what I wanted to draw.
Yeah.
Which is what you did too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I mean, I like the regular Inktober prompts. They're always interesting, and I like to see what other people do. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just never. I like doing what I'm doing. You know, where like this is the character I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put a fun little spin on it. You know, it's like today's Freddy Krueger sketch.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people are probably just probably just expecting Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
And and so having that little fun little spin on it where it's just his hand, I liked that, and I've got plenty that are just portraits, but the ones like I get actual little creativity with and just kind of see what happens.
I've seen you get creative with your portraits too, and I think that creativity really matters. I think that's the part that keeps it fun and fresh. Because we get to surprise ourselves too. Yeah.
Well, like I said, a lot of these, I was talking to, I've talked to other artists before, and I know that, a lot of them tend to, go through detailed planning processes and stuff, and I just can't do that, man. Like the more I think about a sketch, the worse it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
A lot of times for me, the ones that turn out best are the ones where I just sit down and start doodling. Just kind of see what comes out.
I drew one today. I'll show you guys on this, but
I love that one, man.
Thank you. I gotta fill in the smoke. That's the last thing I gotta do. But this is for the future. We've admitted like a sketch a day doesn't mean necessarily the prompt every day. Sometimes like this one is for the future. But I drew that 6 times. And it's just
you did like, that one 6 times?
I drew it 6 times. Here's another version of it. They're not all around me where I can grab it, but I drew it until I was happy with it. And it's like with this challenge, that's such a waste of time. I can't do that for every single one. So sometimes
I mean, I've got a cup. I got a couple. I mean, it's technically tomorrow's, but the Mr. Sinister, I did 2 versions of him.
Yeah.
I had a lot of trouble with Godzilla. And I did one, and then wasn't happy with it, and then started on a second one, and then actually went back to the first one. And then went back to the second one, and then ended up completing the first one. And I just kind of
with Godzilla,
had them both half drawn. Yeah, and I just kind of kept going back and forth.
And you ended up with
this. And that one. Yeah, and because as I was drawing it, I kind of went, well, maybe I should go more of like an upward view. This is such a bad. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of my light, but I mean, you see, that's just such a loose sketch, But I had this idea, I'll have his foot in the front, and it just again, I was at an airport when I was doing that one, and it wasn't coming together.
Yeah. I hate it when they don't come together because you got this version in your head that nobody's ever going to see. You know, you get this super clean version that Marvel Cinema would come by for you to have like a whole movie from, and it's just like perfect, and then it's you draw it and it's like, oh.
Yeah. I kept telling myself. I kept telling myself, I was like, I just need to wait on this one and wait till I get home because I've got a Godzilla action figure, and I was like, I'll pose it the way I want it, and have some type of reference, and then but you can't. With the challenge, you got to move on. You just got to, so. And so, but I was very happy with the way the Godzilla one ended up turning out. That first one just kind of started working, So, but and those some of those big characters, it's it can be difficult because you want to show all of them, but it's such a big character that if you can do it prospectively, the details tend to get messed up, and so it is what it is.
Well, I love seeing everything that you draw. It's cool to see you produce so much in such a short period of time. And I don't think that people understand that, like, the finished project, the finished thing that you see, there's real work in that. So it's nice to hear that you go through that too, where it's multiple iterations to get to that final piece.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's there's definitely several that just don't work out. So, it's one we talked about. Again, I'm not gonna reveal it because I'm gonna stick with it. But there's one where, I contemplated, throwing it in the trash like my daughter suggested. So, but I was gonna keep on going with it. So
I'm excited to see if the person who dibbed on it.
Oh, look at you paused on me a little bit.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'm excited to see if the person who dibbed on it is happy with it.
Yeah.
Because
it's always the nerve-wracking. I always get nervous before showing anyone any of my work. Like if they've done a commission or anything like that, dude, I get so nervous before I send it to them. I think I send it to everybody else before I send it to that person.
Yeah.
I show it to my wife. I show it to my kids.
Tempered. It's like, well, hey, Jeremy liked it.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, I got these other 5 people's approval, so let's send it off. So it's like this one goes out tomorrow, but this was my last commission before Inktober. Here we go, and it was the same thing. I was like so nervous to send it off, and I'm always like, they're gonna hate it.
Put that back up on screen because that's work. This
one took some plastic, so that is reflecting a little bit. But man, those chains took several hours.
Yeah, that's work. I can see it.
But I don't know, man. As I was doing it, I was just like, I just needed more and more chains.
Yeah. Whenever I draw chains, I don't do the interior detail because it's work. It's hard to get that right consistently, and sometimes you don't always get it right.
No. Yeah, I mean it's chains are not fun, man. I usually stay away from Ghost Rider for that reason.
Yeah.
So
Ghost Rider's cool, but
and his motorcycle. I don't want that motorcycle.
Right?
A headache.
Drawing cars. That takes time too.
Yeah, it's not. I thought about doing like some vehicles for this, for Inktober. Like the hearse from the Addams Family, or the Ghostbuster car. But man, I really don't like drawing vehicles.
Yeah, and I see people draw vehicles, and I see like they come off very sharp and very polished, and it's like this conversation where we've had, it's like I drew an earthworm 6 times. How many times do you think they screwed up on those cars? I think I think it's probably more common than not for people to spend a lot of time on that kind of stuff.
Are you sorry, man? You froze up on me again.
Oh, sorry. Remember,
I missed that froze you on the earthworm part.
Well, so I mean, like I drew an earthworm 6 times. Imagine how many times that those artists that draw cars all the time. Imagine how many times they drew those. Am I cutting out again?
Well, I mean, and when you talk about, no. When you talk about like automobiles, the other part is, looking at it from a perspective standpoint. There are so many things that you have to get right for that car to look right. If the wheels are not in the right perspective, then it's going to make the car look off. There's just so many different parts that prospectively have to be correct that it's challenging, and that's why I don't like drawing them. It's because they're challenging.
Yeah.
But I need to just dedicate like a year where all I draw is like cars.
That's your next challenge.
Yeah. No, but if I ever break into industry on this, let me do like a Western where it's just like horses, because I don't want to draw any vehicles.
I would think you wouldn't want to draw horses. It's like how you
too
close
to work. Yeah, I've had to do a few horses for work too. But
you draw horses for work?
I've had to, yeah.
Oh, cool.
We did some some videos, kind of those chalkboard videos where like, you basically do a drawing and then you put it in the computer and then, a little AI hand draws it out and it's like a presentation. And I had to do like, 10 horse drawings for that one time. And that was fun. I like to draw at work.
Very cool.
So that's the one of the nice things about my job is, there is a creative, there's a lot of creativity to it at times. So
I'm never asked to draw at work, but
you do.
I'm drawing in my car.
That's my process right now to get these done is, like tomorrow, man, my lunch break is going to be doing the pencils, for my next one. And then when I get home that night, inks, and then next day, pencil lunches.
Yeah. I think I have 2 commissions in mind coming up. One is Witchblade, and the next one is a Sasquatch. And I think those will probably be the ones that I spend the most time on. But I think the one that I'm most excited about is the last 4 of mine are going to be a complete comic cover. And I am super excited about doing that. What are you excited about on yours? I know you said that you kind of freewheel a little bit, but like, what are you geared up for?
Let's see. Well, the funny thing is I'm actually this has got me thinking about Disney in December and some of the sketches I'm going to do for that. And so I'm kind of excited for some of those coming up. Right.
I'm gonna hit you up for some of those because my daughter is.
See, for this one, I'm excited for Binks from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
That one my wife has actually claimed. But
that one you can't screw up at all.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea for that one. I think might be kind of cool. Louis Tully from Ghostbusters. I love that character. I think that one's gonna be. Only problem with that one is, I got to make it look like him.
Yeah.
Look like the actor. And
I've seen some where you've done a phenomenal job making as a caricature. Like making it look like a comic version of the actor. So I have faith in you.
Well, I appreciate that, man. The one I'm least looking forward to is Candyman because I really have no idea what I'm going to do.
You painted yourself into a corner with that.
I know, man.
Not seeing the movie.
I'm excited for the Hitchhiking Ghost. That's another one that my wife claimed, but I'm excited. That's from Haunted Mansion, Disney Haunted Mansion. I really like doing some of these more like illustrated ones, sketches.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, the ones that I have a little bit more free will to play around with. So yeah, those are probably the ones I'm most excited about. I was excited for Dustin. He's I'll say he's done, and I enjoyed that one. I think that one came out really well. Oh, Crumb from All Real Monsters. Do you remember that show?
Oh yes.
So I'm kind of excited. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that just because it's so deep.
Yeah.
I just remember his armpit hair.
Mm-hmm.
That he, you know. So I think that one's gonna be fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's just a kind of like the possibilities.
Like that one you're gonna shine on for sure.
It's just gonna be. It's got endless possibilities. You know, I can take it in so many different directions. You know, I can go really gnarly and nasty with it, or I can go more whimsical. I mean, there's just you know.
And that, I feel like even though that's not something that's like front and center in culture right now, everybody kind of spent that time with All Real Monsters, and it's going to be a popular thing anyway. So I think you're gonna knock that one out of the park.
I appreciate it. So, but yeah, you know, there's still several I'm excited about, but I'm already getting into that. You know, just like I'm ready to be done.
Yeah. You've you mentioned that you've got some favorites that you're thinking about for Disney. Any you want to talk about, or you save those for December?
I mean, I haven't come up with my like official calendar by any means, but you know, some of the characters I've kind of come to my mind is, you know, like I've never done Jack Sparrow. You know, that one's fun. You know, I've never done Indiana Jones. You know, some of those like.
Man, it's
adventure
so crazy
stuff. I'm also thinking
now.
Yeah. You know, I'm kind of thinking like maybe like a Jedi Mickey. You know,
that's good.
But like I also like really, you know, like this year with the Wicked, I've kind of gone more into like the monsters and horror stuff and a little bit less on some of the others. And so I've had some thought of like going really hardcore with like the Disney princesses. Yeah. And maybe like doing every single Disney princess. I don't know. You know, I haven't officially made that list yet.
That's an interesting thing. I would love to see you do that. And then so you get into this weird question of what's a Disney princess, because officially there are like 6, but in reality there's like 18.
Yeah. So, you know, that's a little bit of a challenge, you know, there, and because I don't want to. I could probably do the entire event of just Disney princesses.
Yeah,
you know, but you know, there's just so many characters to do. You know, I've never
I'm
done
not allowed
Aladdin.
to pre-dib on anything, right?
No, I can't do that. I want
Angus from Brave, just the horse.
Like, you know, Wicked is popular. But like the Disney one, man, like I haven't been doing it as long, but I honestly think it's more popular than the Wicked is now.
Yeah, the people that love Disney,
and like
love it.
Last couple times, you know, whenever I post the Disney one, even last year with like when I did it for Wicked instead of December, I mean, 20 minutes and they're gone.
That's crazy.
I mean, they're just. People love that one, and I've gotten to where I love drawing Disney now, man. Like, dude, I want to get my name on some Lorcana cards. You know, like I'd love to do that, but we'll see.
There are Disney sketch cards.
No, there's the Disney card game Lorcana.
Yeah,
like I would love to like work on those.
Oh man, that would be great. Well, you've got experience working on cards because you've worked on the Upper Deck Marvel ones, and then potentially more in the future, right? Like, why not? You could do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, well, I hope there's more in the future. We'll see how that goes. But
I have one Disney one on my list. I'll divulge because we're not. Anyway, so 20 is Entrance I have, and Monsters Inc. for me.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
And I plan to just do the whole like peeking in the door kind of. I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got Binks and Hitchhiking Ghost are my only two Disney for this one. I tried not to do too many since last year. I went so Disney heavy for the Wicked.
Yeah.
But which that was fun. I think people liked the Disney villains. I enjoyed it. But
my daughter saw the Rapunzel you drew.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I remember that one.
But I was make you feel. How does that make you feel to know that you? So you spend what, a day on these things? You draw it. You mentioned before it's just a 5x8 sheet of paper. It's whatever. It's literally you've scratched paper with a pen, right? And you throw it out into the world. But then 2 years later, somebody else loves it. It's special. Somebody else treasures what you did. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I mean, it's a phenomenal feeling. You know, I mean, that's why I do it. You know, that's what I want to do it. And then, you know, I'll be honest. You know, there's been times where like I'll do a commission for someone, and then like a year and a half later, 2 years, I'll see it on eBay, and it kind of breaks my heart. You know, I'm like, but I did that for you.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen books that I've written personally signed to someone that was a friend of mine up on eBay. What is that?
You know, it's just, you know, I get it, I guess, you know, like, you know, you only have so much room, you know, like even in my own office, you know, I've got art prints up in my room and stuff. And I've got a portfolio where I've, you know, keep other people's work, you know, and is, you know, like right now I've got, you know, and I'm not even talking about just like normal, you know, or you know, artists or whatever, but I'm like, you know, published comic book creators that I just don't have the wall space for. Yeah. You know, and so, you know, I kind of rotate them out and whatnot. But
it's so funny. I was looking at mine of exactly what you're talking about. It's like real stuff that other people have done, and I don't have space. So I get it.
Yeah.
All right, so staying on eBay,
you know,
how does it make you feel when you see your stuff on eBay and it goes for phenomenal prices? I know that's happened to you.
Oh, man, that's always fun. It makes me go, man, I need to put some. It's happened a couple times. I've had a couple of those Marvel cards go for a couple $100, and so that's always fun. But then I also remember how much I got paid to do that Marvel card.
Right.
And I'm like, it was done. That sucks.
It's crazy. Because my stuff, if I sell my stuff, it goes for here. But if I see somebody else selling my stuff on eBay, boom, immediately. I don't understand what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, it is what it is. It's you know, for example, you know, I have so many people tell me, you know, I need to charge more. Mm-hmm. You know, because like I charge like $10 for prints, and you know, other people charge $15, $20 a print, and but like I've increased my prices, and I don't make as much money, you know, or I don't sell as much, you know, but you know, I feel like I'm at a good point, you know. Yeah. And you know, we've talked about before, I'm not trying to make a fortune, you know. I'm not trying to, you know, I just do this to kind of fund my joy of comics, you know, to fund my art, you know. That's literally what I'm trying to do at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, you know, you go to, you know, a lot of people tell me, you know, you just don't charge enough, and it's like, well, when I charged $300 for a drawing, it sat there for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
I've got some drawings that that are $300 on Etsy, and I've had them for years, and they're not ever going anywhere. But I priced them that way because I don't want them to go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's mine, and I want it. And it's like, if you're gonna pay me $300 for it, take it. But some things, it's just like, it's just for love. You made it for love, and
yeah. I've got a few pieces like that too, where I marked it up high because I wasn't exactly ready to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a few years, I mean, we've talked about before. Like I hate my own stuff. I don't like looking at it.
Me too.
I don't like it hanging up. Megan she's got several sketches from Wicked, in the past and stuff, or December, and she'll bring them out around the holidays. And I'm like, put them up. Don't bring those out. Like just take them down. No one wants those.
I'm not a marriage therapist, but I feel like maybe you should just let her like you.
No.
Right? I mean,
no.
If she likes you, maybe you should just let her.
Well, it's funny. We did, me and Brooklyn, my daughter, we did a show one time, and Brooklyn entered into the cosplay contest, and she got like second place. In second place, one of their prizes was one of my prints. And she walked over to me, and I was like, "What? How did it go?" And she goes, "I got second place." And I'm like, "Well, that's great." And she goes, "I got one of your prints. I got enough of your work at home." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, kid. I wouldn't want it either."
Oh man. Well, hey, we're at 8:00.
Yeah, man.
It was really nice to talk to you. I really appreciate it. And so we're gonna do this again next week, right?
Yes. Yeah, we'll do it next week, 7:00 Sunday. Why I think we didn't have too many watching today, but we'll promote it a little bit better next week too.
You know what I have learned about not having too many people watch it? The people that did watch it are the people that love us. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I just enjoy talking to you. So.
Well, next week I'm gonna hop on a little early, and I'm gonna fix my
your microphone.
Yeah, so I don't have to do it all on my phone.
Yeah, I was scared. It was my computer, so I didn't know what was going on.
Well, thank you for anyone who hung out with us. Corbin, do you have anything to say on our way out?
Yep. Thank you guys for hanging out or for watching later on. Just keep on, watching for the sketches, and don't forget to like and share them and comment on them. It's a small thing, but the way social media works nowadays, the more reaction that we get out of those, the better it is for us. It just helps us out. And it only takes like a second of your time to hit that like button. So, if you see one of our drawings, give it that like. It helps out a lot. So,
absolutely.
Well, that's about it.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm going to play this video out, and I'll see you next week.
All right.